Okay, so Stacy channel, chosen one channel, original. Where does Kanye West come from? Okay, Kanye West is the son of the Israelites, which the Israelites are sons of Jesus. I was with Alaysa, Alaysa, one of my queens, one of my wives, and we had been listening to Jehovah's CDs at this time that I had got from Black Mary, and it was talking about Jehovah's destructive power and his power to strengthen what is crooked, his power to do good, his power to transform something that's messed up and make it perfect. Like you see the world that's in disarray right now. Well, it was talking about how he has the power to make the world in just one day perfect, to where there's no crime, there's no poverty, nobody is in need for money, there's no graves, there's no death, there's no sickness. They claim that Jehovah had this power. So that's why we were listening to it, okay, to see if it was true. So we decided to test it out. We called some witnesses. Some witnesses came to our door, and they wanted to do a study with us. And Alaysa was real excited, about that, because Alaysa is not just like the ordinary street. She's not a street chick. She's one of my wives that wasn't a street chick. She was a musician. She was a free songwriter. She could sing, but she didn't write music. She would just freestyle and sing, and she sounded better than Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. She sounded like a mix of both of them, but she could sing better than both of them. I was amazed, and that's really honestly why I had like kind of wanted to rock with her a little bit, because I wanted her to sing for me, and I wanted to put in my songs. So I was open off that, the voice, because she would always sing to me and sing songs about me, and I would always grab the phone and record her to catch her when she would just start singing. We made a lot of songs about Jesus and Jesus' miracles together. And I wrote the raps, and then I would write a chorus for her, and then she would sing it. I told you the song I wrote, died for you, Jesus died for you. You know what I'm saying? Something like, what's true. Jesus died for you. I died for you. It was true. I can't remember the chorus. But we wrote like at least like 5 or 6 songs about Jesus, and this shit was crazy. When I write about Jesus, I'm gonna tell you. I was talking about how he parted the Red Sea and walked on water, parted the Red Sea. I talked about God. It wasn't only about Jesus, about God. It was bigging up God and Jesus. Okay? And when I went to put it in the studio, the universe tried to control Alaysa and have an excuse of why she couldn't go to the studio. Because when I would get paid or I would have money from whatever, I'd be like, let's go to the studio, because that's what I used to do. And just like Park said, I hit the studio because that's where all my money went. Stop until you hit the top, and if you drop, at least you know you tried it all. Be true to you, and that way you can never fall. So, off those lyrics, my son's lyrics, that determined me to more to stay in the studio. I already had a studio, 2 studios at my crib that I was always in, 8 hours a day, and a lot of my songs that I did got erased. They were in the computer. I had songs with different cliques, Quitty City Witty, Norfolk Kings. I had albums of all albums, and this I had a hating ass person in my family that threw these things out, threw them out. They was in the computer recording. He threw them out when nobody was looking, and we wanted to hurt this motherfucker for that, because he threw out hundreds of songs, and you can't get those back. So there's a lot of stuff that the devil got inside of people close to me and did, because my power had went to a lot of different people, my kids, and I was in their shoes and they were in my shoes. My kids are wearing my shoes. So they got videos, they got in the game, they got cars, they got this and that, and that's really my stuff. But I gave it to them and put them first. Now, we try to get the witnesses over there, and well, actually they came to us and they asked us to have a study. We sat down with them and they were saying that they wanted to teach us about everlasting life and paradise. So we agreed to have a study with them. Alaysa was excited about it because Alaysa used to get the watchtowers, and she used to love the watchtowers, just like Ayana did, my fiance. And I hadn't met Ayana at this time. No, actually, I had just broke up with Ayana, and Alaysa came second. I met Alaysa a couple months later after I broke up with Ayana, and Alaysa was a singer. So I was happier with Alaysa. Although Ayana had more money, I was happier with Alaysa because Alaysa had talent. We had a lot in common. She was an artist. So her favorite artist was Michelle Cassette. And she sounded like Michelle Cassette and Jill Scott and the other chick, what's the other chick? Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. It was a mixture of them three, and she could hit high notes and everything to where she could break the glass in her house. That's how high her notes could hit. She could break vases in a crib. I mean, I literally seen the mirror, the vases crack because she was singing. So, I had loved her for that. You know what I'm saying? So we would always make songs together. I would just spit the verse, freestyle. I already had a lot of songs I was letting her hear. I'm walking on air. I'm so fly that we don't care. Cause we're walking on air. Yeah, I'm suited up. And what? Maybe in the cut. Kings of Jews just got paid. Friday night just got paid. It's partying. It's partying. So, we had the, I'm so glad it's a new year. We so high that we don't care. Cause we're walking on air. And I had, what's her name? I had, Star, Lacia's friend, what's her name? Firestar. She sung the chorus to Walking on Air. And that's a song I had wrote, a club song I had wrote that went big, that went hood platinum. And so me and Alaysa listened to that, and then she was like, okay, I see what you're doing. So me and her started doing songs together, and I would write a little something or freestyle a song and let her hear it, and then she would put her vocals in for the chorus, and it was crazy. Okay, this is way after Agent Chocolate, and Kiki. Years later, I had made it come back again. And Laisha had her own condo. And I was living with her at this time. But I had my own crib, 2-bedroom on Blue Hill, which is a trap house. But I was never there. I was living with Laisha. And we would seldomly go to my crib. We would stay at my crib some nights because we would get tired of staying at her crib. So we would go over there and stay at my crib. And, many, many nights. We didn't have no burner, no money, nothing. But many nights we did have a burner. We did have money. So I'm going to tell you real. Fuck them videos and all that stuff you hear in track. I live real life, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, this is how real life is. You don't always have everything and all that. Okay? So I'm telling you real. This is real shit. Okay? I'm a real nigga. And we try to get a study with the witnesses, and they were supposed to come and show up. They didn't show up the first time. And that's not like them. They be wanting you to, have a study with them. So they usually there Saturday. They made it was planned for Saturday. Laisha got all dressed up. They didn't show up. They came. We called them and we cussed them out. And then they were saying they're sorry. They made another appointment, and they didn't come to that one either. Laisha called them, cussed them out. They say sorry. They forgot. They made another appointment. Third time, they didn't come again. So then we knew that the Illuminati knew who I was and was trying to stop me from getting out the game and stop me from becoming clean, because they were going to try to murk me off sins that I had committed in the past, mistakes that I had made. So that's to show you that there ain't no heavenly God. Okay. The songs that we recorded for Jesus, this Most High, this so-called Almighty, he got in our way of doing it. And Laisha would always have, she would have Molly. She had a son, Molly, because Laisha was Jamaican and her mother was Jamaican, Rastafarian. And her son was Molly, and I would always take him to school, and he was always watching Bob the Builder. He called me Daddy. And Laisha didn't like his real father, and his real father was Spanish, and she didn't like him, and so he was never around. So I raised him, took him to school, and took care of him while Laisha was working a lot. And the Jehovah's Witness rejected me and Laisha. Okay, so that's when I knew that the witnesses was something wrong with them. And then when I tried to do songs about Jesus, God himself rejected me recording them. So that's how, if you know what I know, you will understand what's really going on. So you have a situation where God himself rejected the love that I try to give him. Okay, and if Jesus is there, then why didn't, when I try to make a song for you, you didn't let it get recorded? See, anything you do and succeed in, you put in the dream. Like my daughters, my R&B daughters and my rap daughters, I put them in a dream to make it, not God. Okay, if you make it in anything, whether it's a corporate job, being a secretary or nurse, it's because somebody put you in that dream. An angel can put you in the dream without God's authority. Okay, just with their power. And they can go over God's head and do that. He might try to punish them for doing it, but they can do it without him. And there have been angels and forces that have put people in good dreams over the devil, universal devil's head. despite the cost and the price. And you don't even say thank you to them. You don't know that they did it. You think Jehovah did it, and that's not who did it. So this is revenge for killing my father, and revenge for everything that they did to Jesus. So I'm gonna do a part 2 of this. Sit down, please. Sit down. Wait till your sister come. All right. So that was so now with us being rejected from, thank you, from the witnesses, and us being rejected from the doing our songs with the at the Cyber Sound Studios, because I had Cyber Sound Studios on lock, and my producer, the person who mixed down my music was Jeremy, which was a famous producer who worked with MOP. He worked with Mobb Deep. The rappers from New York used to come up to Boston to work with him. He was a good engineer, and he used to mix down my music. And he knew Fitzpro, he knew Norfolk Kings, he knew we used to go there and spend a lot of money. We used to go to the studio every day, and we used to waste money on the studio, hustle money on the studio and all that. And, we go there like 15 deep and be burning it down in the studio with Jeremy and drinking, and he would let us smoke in there. We wasn't really supposed to smoke in the Cyber Sound Studio. I mean, it was the most expensive studio in Boston. $80 an hour, $120 an hour. It was nothing to us. We was doing 3, 4, 5 hours. It was nothing. Okay? So, soon the dough was pouring in. But when I got with Alaysa, that's after I had won a 10-year battle with the devil. And that was my reward. I got to chill with her and meet one of my queens from Jamaica, and who was very talented singer. And this is the experience I had, and I wanted to share this experience so that people who are confused about why things are not quite perfect, and Paradise is supposed to come in 1999, 2000. And everybody was expecting everything to change then. And it didn't change, so I want you to understand what's going on. Okay? So, I'll do part 2 of Alaysa and life, and the experience they had fighting and battling the Illuminati and battling the devil Lord.